shit, man. Let's go ahead and grab a drink.
Word.
I mean, SmoKingz properly. I think we drinking on the Deuce. We live yet, bro?
You are recording.
Ooh, I think so. So as we just gonna jump straight into it, welcome. This is it. Know what I mean, this is another powerful episode of SmoKingz. We in live in full effect. I am your host, DJ S.O.S, and I'm here with my brother Jamie. Know what I mean?
What up, baby?
Know what I'm saying?
Some people know me as Kush-Up.
Kush-ups.
Same dude.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm just grateful. You know what I mean? I think the beautiful part about this podcast, SmoKingz, man, is it's coming from a perspective that we all personally can experience or can attest to the experience or kind of, you know what I mean, walk very similar, but it's not a national, it's not like an everyday walk. You know what I mean? Not everyone walks the way of the land that we do. And I think it's kind of cool. Being human and being organic, as we always say, man, my name is DJ S.O.S. I'm from Organic Sound, and we got to stay fluid. You know what I mean? Things don't always go as planned and organized. So the whole thing I had planned for today, kind of, you know what I mean? We going to go a little bit in a different route, which is cool.
It's all good.
Because I'm human. You know what I mean? And I'm proud to know that we stay fluent and mobile like that. So I kind of want to jump straight into what's been on my head lately with this marijuana industry or what's been on my mind. And I'm not sure if you've been familiar with this whole this family. I mean, this family traveling from Georgia,
Word?
traveling all the way up to Chicago, and they get stopped in Tennessee, right? And like I said, bro, this has been on my mind for the past couple of days because I can't help but feel like that could be me. You know what I mean? Like that's me. Like anywhere I'm traveling, more time some legally or not, in a state or not, I'm gonna have some butt on me. So, bro, long story short, they traveling in Tennessee. They got stopped. They got 5 kids, and you know, DC police stopped them and took their kids away from them, bro.
That's crazy.
Like they 5 kids.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? And it's like legit. Like it's right now we got a bunch of different petitions being signed to kind of like bring them back. But think about that, bro. I want to. What's your thoughts on that, real quick? Like,
and how much they had on them?
Less than 5 grams.
Stop.
That's the thing. That's a turning point for me. Less than 5 grams, my boy.
Yo, that's
bro. That's a misdemeanor at best.
That's not even a quarter.
That's not even a quarter. You know what I mean? That's not even worth the police taking.
That's a ticket.
That's more. You know what I'm saying? They usually take that and scrub that on the ground. You know what I mean? And keep it going. Like, bless up the bottom, my boy.
Oh yeah, you already know.
Come on now. And I think, bro, I just wanted to kind of you as a parent. You know what I mean? Shout out to the little ones in the building. Or listening and
oh, yeah,
proud of us. You as a parent, my boy, what's your thoughts on that first and foremost, though? Like,
that's mad scary, first and foremost. Like, I'm in a state where I'm not from. None of us are from. I don't have no family there or nothing. And you telling me that y'all about to take my kids. Where? I don't know how y'all system is.
You hit it on the head. Where? Tennessee has arguably the worst foster care system in the country.
You know what I'm saying? Look at that branch, too.
Know what I'm saying? So, bro, like, why would y'all want to take up that burden? Yo, you fisted it.
They was burning?
I don't even think you could say they were burning in the actual car. You know what I'm saying? But I think, obviously, you know how weed smell. You know what I mean? You know you smoke in a car the past week or not, you going to have a little razzle-dazzle, a little aroma. So I guess police smelt it and kind of searched it, or dude said, yo, I got 5 grams on me. However that played out, like, weed is legal in half the states in the country. Literally. So for you to take my kids, I can't, man.
I can't even fathom nothing like that, yo, happening to me over 5 grams.
5 grams, bro?
But at the end of the day, people always tell me, like, yo, just because it's cool where you from, don't mean it's cool in the next spot. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Everybody's 10 is different. You know what I'm saying? And they damn sure went 10 for 5 grams.
For 5 grams.
Not saying it's right. That's dead wrong. You know what I'm saying? But they know what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? Black family.
Of course it's a black family. You know what I mean? Not from the city. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no real representation. And that kind of just had me started thinking. I think it was me and you actually talking off the air about just a lot of different like cultures outside the country. You know what I mean? When it came out to like weed laws and like weed perception or like appreciation for it or don't. You know what I mean? Like, and it just had me looking back into that whole Brittany Griner case.
All right then.
Nah, I mean,
like
Shorty got 9.5 years.
And people be like, oh, they bugging. You know, in Indonesia, if you get caught with a certain amount of herbs, yo, it's the death penalty.
Facts.
people dying over
Facts.
it. You
And
get 20 years for a pound.
in certain part of Asia, they're not rocking with you.
Japan, everybody loves Japan and anime and all that.
Yeah,
They don't play about marijuana
facts.
over there.
Facts.
It's their culture, something with their religion. They see it different from how we look at it as a harmless plant. It's on another level with them. You know what I'm saying?
As you say that, looking at a harmless plant, man. I just feel like, man,
Fact.
the reason why I created this and the reason why we're working on this really dope project all in all, I want to make sure Duce get they love because Duce is one of the homies I'm trying to make. Yeah, man.
Yeah, shout out.
Locked up, bros.
I just blocked that blow. My fault, broski. I want to make sure Duce get they right love because Duce, you know what I mean? Duce going to highlight us one day. I think just as we were growing this thing, man, I just felt like people, my perception of smoking, of ganja, just smoking in general, man, has been like warped since I started researching like SmoKingz. You know what I mean? Like, of course, man, I've been consuming bud for the past, I don't even think I said it last episode. And we were so fried. I was having such of a great time. Shout out to the homies DQ. Shout out to Ballhead Ross. Shout out to my brother Uncle B. It was a really dope episode. We got really dope reviews on the episode, but
Yeah, I caught that. It was dope.
you know what I'm saying? Give thanks. And I think what happened when I listened back to it, I realized I personally didn't answer a lot of the questions myself. Now, I mean, I kind of didn't give myself my own chance to kind of talk and give feedback, which is cool. I mean, as a facilitator, you know, you always moving and grooving, but my viewpoint on, I've been smoking weed since like, not to make my mama feel bad or nothing like that, but you know what I'm saying? Right, I don't want nobody to feel crazy, but I'm like, I've been smoking for about 15 years, I'll say now, right? About 15 years, 16, 17 years. But I feel like the way how it's grown from that time in my humble eye, like I'm still a baby. In my humble opinion, when it comes down to this marijuana industry, this game, but like in the past 15 years, me being aware and conscious of like just what I'm putting in my body, what I'm smoking, what it looks like, how much have it's changed, I can't help but like want to talk about it.
I mean,
You know what I mean? I can't help but want to like I can't help but want to like have these different thoughts on like, because as I look at all these other productions being done in marijuana, because weed has been legal in half the country for about 15 years now. You know what I mean?
You want information on something you put in your body every day?
Man, I was like, bro, the amount of information that's out here that I never ran across. Know what I mean? I never ran across. Give me a podcast. Give me a podcast. Who you listen to? Give me a marijuana podcast that you listen to.
Marijuana. Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. Right. I was like, yo, bro, the hot box, I think it's called?
Yeah, hot box.
Hot boxing. Hot boxing. That shit was hard.
Double entendre, hot
Right,
box.
hot boxing. Know what I mean? Smoking and he keeping it with I mean, it's in the hot. Again, we all grew up in the hood. We all had an opportunity to do one hot box session. Know what I mean? But as a boxing expert, he played on that word. And I think he's doing really dope because marijuana is a really dope recovery medicine. Know what I mean? And it's now being talked about in that light. But from our light, bro, it's been like nothing but recreational.
Yep.
Like, know what I mean? Like, it's been outside of the sprinkle of the Caribbean realm, know what I mean? The Caribbean realm, the Rasta culture, where we kind of meditate on it. But even recently, know what I mean? It's strictly recreational for our culture, our community, our people. Know what I mean? But I can't help but look at all these people across the way and like, yo, y'all really studying and really learning and really like talking and embracing the culture and like really doing more than just consuming. And I just can't help but look at our culture like, yo, all we doing is consuming. You know what I mean? We should have like a better understanding or more of like a vocal platform or a voice, for lack of a better term, more of a voice in that consumption market. Because a lot of us do just consume. We ain't growers. Know what I mean? We don't know much about the terps or the THC or the Delta 8s or the Delta 9s or the strands or what you know what I'm saying? Right. Well, we don't really.
Be surprised how much people don't know.
Don't know that.
Facts.
But we know we want the loud. I know I want a sativa. I know I want an indica. I want the pretty one. But we do the most of the consuming.
Fun fact. A couple years ago when I got shot, I couldn't smoke spliffs, but I could eat edibles. Man. The edibles made me feel better than any painkiller I had, yo.
Facts.
Most definitely. Definitely indica, though, too.
Indica's when they hit a little bit more of the potent head high or the more full body highs. Sativas.
And it helped me sleep. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. A lot of people don't know during chemo. You know what I mean? That's one of the number one recommended kind of like, yo, go smoke a joint, go eat it. You know what I mean? Go take some THC because it's going to actually open up that appetite for you. But I feel like we just don't really have like a lot of like how to even put it on words, and maybe I'm still ignorant. Know what I mean, but have like that a care, bit to even like yo, my nigga, I care to even talk about it. Know what I mean, like I just know I smoke weed. I know I want to get the loudest. I want, know what I mean. So I want to get what's your thoughts on that, bit dog? Like, do you feel like majority? Because again, we know we got the ones and the twos that's gonna research what we put in our body. But do you feel like the majority really cares about like the growers, the strands, what's the soil? Know what I mean, the type of lighting. Like, do you feel like all that matters, or niggas just care about the damn bag and
about the bag and the pack.
The pack.
There's a small majority, you know what I'm saying, that will ask you about certain things about it, but most of the people I've come up across, they like just want the loudest pack. They want that za. You know what I mean? Like, they just want to know, is it gonna get me high or is it gonna put me to sleep? That's the question.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying, is it gonna put me to sleep, keep me alive? You know,
what I'm saying? So
but definitely.
I think that's fly. I think that's fly, but also like, do you think we want to have, like we need to have like that understanding, or
because if we want to branch out in the business as a culture,
facts,
as people,
facts,
we have to understand it first.
Facts.
We can't just be in a dispensary and be like, oh yeah, this is the loudest.
It's the loudest one. Like nah, and then that's what I'm finding out. Like everybody was like, y'all I can't wait for the dispensary. I can't wait for so and so. I can't wait for, but bro, like. When I was in Vegas the other day, I'm talking to my man's, shout out to Terps, you know what I mean? And he put me on like a lot of like the terps and a lot of like the different chemicals that's inside of the actual bud, you know what I mean? And for me, it was like eye-opening. Like, man, I remember when we was so simple, bro. Like I wanted the Reggie. Can I get like the brick? The brick, you know what I mean? Like when shit was just dark and I had to pick out the seeds. Now for me to kind of like get a better vibe. Like I want me as a person, like I want to know what this chemical is going to do for my body. And I feel like I don't really have that like information because I prefer to shop on the black market. Right? That's just me being me.
Why? Because we're more comfortable.
Well, right. I think that is yeah, like I can't say I'm about to go walk and pay tax on my eighth.
Listen, when I went to dispensaries out west,
but it was dope.
It was like the people I was getting it from. It was like I was kind of, you know what I'm saying, conscious about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not used to getting, you know what I'm saying, food from people like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Not like people like y'all, but you know what I'm saying? Regular,
yeah. I look like people I go see in Walmart. Keep it a buck. Real talk, keep it a buck.
Exactly.
Right. So when I had that same experience, I'm like, let me get in and get out. Like that's my feeling and my vibe. Like I don't, as opposed to when I'm in the trap with the homies, right? And I'm like, yo, let me see this real quick. Oh, let me smell that real quick. You know what I mean? Let me see what you think about this. Like I'm more, like I have more of a comfortable vibe, and that's just from my consumption, my vibe of it.
But let me ask you a question.
Shoot.
How many times have you smelled the pack? Was like, yo, took it home, smoke it. Like,
nah,
ain't it?
Rare. Let me say.
These days.
I mean, it's been times too where when you get like, again, and I got a question for you too. Mm-hmm. When I get a pack and I'm like, I like this, right? And you smoke the first 2 spliffs out of it, and you like, it's cool. Now I'm about to throw something. We on SmoKingz. You know what I mean, give thanks. But you get the first 2 out of it. You roll the first 2, 3 spliffs out of it, and you like, yo, this pack's nice. You know what I mean? But you got a whole nother 14, 7, or whatever the kind of, you like, yo, I'm done. I'm tired of smoking that. I don't like that flavor. I don't like, you know what I mean? I get that. And that to me is really why the flavor and the taste varies. You know what I mean? But my question to you is, when you shop, how do you cop? Do you get like 8s, 7s? Like what do you normally cop? Because I know clearly we shopping at the trap. We ain't shopping at the dispensary, right?
Personally, 7.
You cop a little 7.
But I try to get 2 flavors.
So right.
Right.
Try
to go somewhere else, get like let's say 3, 5 of some za. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Blending. Same here though, bro. Same here. Like I like to keep 2, 3 different flavors. Actually, what I brought. I mean, we got some blue Skittles here. My homie gave me a pack of the top tier runts. Actually, it's a new tier runts. They call them berry runts.
Do you keep different flavors or just like different tiers? Like
I keep both different flavors and tiers as well, because I think, again, a lot of people want to shop, or a lot of people want to have a quick smoke. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, where can I find, or I only got a quick dub or a quick 40 piece or whatever. And I'm like, yo, my man's right here got 2 flavors. He got, you know what I mean, top tier, and he got, you know what I mean, a little depths tier, if we would call it in the streets. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Za, and you got the depths.
The reason we keep like both tiers, let's say I'm chilling at the crib. I'm going to get my strongest pack and relax. But if I'm about to go to work in like an hour, I don't want my strongest pack. I want something that's gonna keep me lively. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
You know what I'm saying? In fact, my dog whipped out the 2-packs. You know what I mean? I think it's really dope. And it's just that understanding. So, me ask you, big dog, like, what do you cop? You know what I mean? You crop 7s, 14s? When you go shopping, first of all, take a step back.
Okay.
Do you go dispensary or do you go to the trap?
I don't currently go dispensary. I don't really choose much these days. I end up in a lot of positions where people owe me things. So
Yeah.
I just let them get away
Let them ride with it. Yeah.
whenever.
Yeah.
To help them with that.
Facts. You only as good as your resources. That's one of our biggest things here at Sotri, man. Shout out to Sotri. You know what I mean? Our biggest squad, the biggest supporters. They loving what we doing. They make sure that we paying the bills. So I want to make sure I shout them out. They got 4 points. Make connections. Support who supports you. Believe in yourself and support the Black Dollar. Yeah, make sure y'all go follow Sotri on all platforms. It's the hottest poetry platforms out here in South. You know what I mean? So I think it's really dope.
Proper billboard going.
Yeah, for sure. They official. I can't even take that away from you. So like I said, man, my whole show was kind of built on rocking with the oldest smoker I know. Know what I mean? So I had a question for my oldest smoker, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna bring him back on the show sometime. But I'm gonna throw it to my brothers here rocking with me. As a parent, because I know we parents. Know what I mean? Shout out to the little ones again. Smoking with your parents. Or smoking as a child, or smoking with your child. Is there ever like a right time, or have you ever?
I smoke my step pops.
Shout out to the step pops in the war. Facts. And was that recently? How old was that?
That was pretty recently, like last when we go on vacation, like Jamaica and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, lively up.
My dog said he free up himself a little bit. Facts.
Mom Dukes, nah.
Never.
She ain't on that.
Nah, not at all.
My pops, nah, he ain't on that.
Nah, not at all.
Step pops, he on that.
How about you, big dog?
I actually just recently started smoking with my dad because he, finally retired from his job that always had random tests.
Oh, word. That's what's up, yo.
But he wasn't ready for the new world. So basically, I came across a large amount of very bad weed. And I was like, oh, perfect. I'm gonna get this thing.
Yeah.
And
Yo,
he loves it.
he loved
He's
it.
so happy with it. It was
That's
perfect.
good for the rooks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You work your way up into that top tier, and that's why you say that, like that, the depths. Or again, nobody want to dance through sticks and seeds, and I mean, so the way a lot of these herbs are being cultivated now, you don't really have to worry about that, but you still do have that lower tier where it's not so potent. The THC level isn't 30, 33%. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be sleep, comatose, you know what I mean, at 12 in a day. So shout out to you for understanding that for Pops, you know what I mean? Because I've always wanted to get my mom a strand. She had a recent human experience, and now the best way I've known to kind of help her with that was to kind of introduce some bud to her. But my mom looked at me like, if you don't get this shit out my face, little nigga, like I mean. But I did smoke with my pops. Like I was like 17, right? And I'm at that age where I'm in and out of jail. I'm going through mad shit. And he like, yo, little nigga, chill the fuck out. Like, what is wrong with you, bro? I mean, like, yo.
True story.
Real shit. And I'm like, bro, what you mean? Like, I'm trying to get the bag, or I'm trying to experience, like you my role model. Pops, like, in real life, you know what I mean? And he like, yo, bro, chill. Know what I mean? I never forget the moment. I just got off the plane from my state, and now I'm in New York with him. And he was like, oh, I see you smoking now. So he pulled up some beautiful, I never seen bud like this to this day. It was like some blue and purple bud, bro.
Sparkling.
See what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, roll this up. Mind you, I'm antsy, I'm nervous. I'm like, yo, do I show him I know how to roll? Do I kind of like let him roll it? Know what I mean? Like, it was a whole thing in my head. I rolled the spliff. Gave him the spliff. He was like, yo, this rolled nice. Yeah. Gave it back to me. And I'm like, yo, I never forget, we really smoking a spliff.
Vibes, yo.
Nigga, maybe 5 minutes later, I'm on the couch slump. Who's laughing at me? Like, yo, catch him over this I sleep. Pops is laughing at me. But shout out to Pops, bro, because
He belongs.
he understood, bro, like if he's going to smoke regardless. Know what I mean? So I'd rather him smoking with me and I kind of have him guiding him and giving him the game that way. And I that's my viewpoint, know what I mean? But with now as a parent, I got a 10-year-old. I was 16, 17. Know what I mean? I'm like, 6, 7 years from now, how do I feel about this?
Them times do. Our time.
It's gonna be different though.
different.
It's gonna be a different time because that was early 2000s, maybe
And
maybe
you know,
a little bit later than that.
At that age, it's way more accepted. That's probably gonna be super legal by then.
Man, that's crazy, bro. And I can't help but think about that. Like I was so excited about smoking with my pops. Like that was like a check off the box that I never ever forget. And to this day now, he called me like, yo, son, like, I'm a big na out right now, dog. Yeah, to smoke. And I'm like, yeah, Pops, what you mean, bro? You know what I mean? Like, it's just never not a time where we not talking about grades. Even if we're not, nothing to do with nothing. You know what I mean? It's just so, I always have that dope.
Sometimes you get influenced.
Yo, make up people. Lose the people out the war. Oh, you come out of big people shoe and don't have no rollings, bro.
Yeah, then I got papers.
Yeah, factoids, but I'm a real stickler paper. So, do you care what kind of, like, what you, if you ain't got nothing like to smoke out of, do you care? Are you a big stickler? How about you, bro? You care? Like,
Nah, I mean, this is trash.
like, do you care? Do you smoke only out of raw papers?
Oh, as far as rap?
Yeah, rap. I should say. My fault.
I mean, nah, I vary from glass to blunts.
From glass to blunts.
Yeah, everything in between.
Me, like nothing against raws, you know, but that's my least favorite. You know
Yeah?
what I'm saying? But
Let me try them joints. We on SmoKingz. Let me try them joints. What's them joints called? What's
papers
those?
you like though?
Gas mask boy.
Gas Mask Boys. Shout out to y'all. Let me. What's it? The unbleached.
My
what-
homegirl Foodie put me on. You know?
Oh, shout out to Foodie Boo, right? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
facts. Yo.
Let me see. What's it? Let me see the brand. Let me see them joints real quick.
What's the pitch?
Know what I'm saying? What they say are natural, unrefined rolling paper. Gas Mask Boys.
Know what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at them. Follow them boys. Gas Mask Boys 101 with a
don't-
Z.
The reason I like it smoked like raw,
Smooth sailing.
but it don't got the raw aftertaste.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't got the raw aftertaste.
I'm gonna
That's why
try it though. I like hemp papers. I like
Yeah.
rolling. I don't like bleach white papers. I remember the time when like bamboo and like Bob Marley's was a thing. Now maybe remember them times? And your spliff was going just like this.
like that.
And I'm
One
like, yo,
drop.
bro, like come on, son. But I remember
Yo, Bob Marley's are pretty bad, which is such a.
it's a horrible
Disgrace.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because they.
That's the most, and that's crazy.
So let me ask y'all then, why y'all feel like Jamaica isn't the weed capital of the world? And we have big people icon like Bob Marley and now I mean we know Jamaica culture, like it's not a lot of culture as big on marijuana as Jamaica. So why do you feel like Jamaica isn't the weed capital of the world?
Different corporations got their hands in that game. You know what I'm saying? Look at Jamaica. They just got legalized a couple years ago. You know?
They did.
Like, it's different like possibilities. Is like you got China got their hands in business over there.
Yeah, facts.
British got their hands in it, and America got their hands over business over here.
You can pull the mic toward you.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, you can.
so who would you say is the weed capital? Like I heard the Mecca, the weed capital of the world.
I mean, what qualifies? Is it the culture that's most diffused with the idea of it, or the place that has the best version of it?
I think
Most people think of Cali.
yeah, I would say right, Kelly. But I think like the place
U.S. at least.
They used to go crazy over Amsterdam.
and that's what I was kind of getting at. Like Amsterdam used to be that spot, but Cali and like Colorado and even
They
like
caught up.
even like Washington right now has that like
Yeah.
Oregon. I mean, like they have
The
that
thing about Cali though is they did that before it was legal.
Yeah, they did.
They found the loophole and made the whole
Yo,
culture.
people had their medical cards like.
Yeah, I was just
90s,
watching. I was just watching
Arnold
on.
Schwarzenegger had his medical card in early.
Yeah, like cats is running around with I forgot what they call it, L15 or A15 license. Like they legally able to sell weed way
Yeah.
before that shit was able to pop. And I'm like,
Trust.
that's dope. Why can't most of these states get ahead? But as I'm talking to my partner about it, this is a trillion dollar industry. Probably even I can't even lose count of the words or the money right now. The amount of money that's going into this marijuana industry, bro, it's like absurd.
Yeah.
How we don't have it legal in all states to begin with, but much more like more information on it. I mean, like
What cultures blend with it? There's a lot of cultures that blend with the marijuana culture you wouldn't even realize.
I do feel like Cali is a weed capital though.
It is.
It
It
is
used to,
like,
I remember when people used to go crazy over Amsterdam. Like Amsterdam, we gotta get there.
Nah, we
Now
gotta-
it's
now we definitely do got to get to Amsterdam though.
But it's
Facts.
but it's my point in saying that is it's still like that over there though.
yeah,
Like
you know, it's
you
still
see-
like that.
Like that in Europe,
Yeah.
Amsterdam is Cali, but America's so big that Cali is our Cali.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
facts.
Like, Cali is our Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I gotta
definitely.
say it like
No,
that
most
because they did it first.
yeah,
to
they
be fair.
really have. And you know what I'm saying, like that is like as a big smoker, you got you got Cali on your list, and you definitely got Amsterdam on
You
your
gotta
list.
get there. If,
Know what I
you
mean?
never,
Like,
if
if-
you're a big smoker out there, you never been to Cali, you gotta get there. Like
Facts.
it's a different experience. Yo.
Facts. So let me ask you, Cause I'm a big, as we roll this spliff here, I'm about to ready to light my Ziggy. I'm about to take 2 pieces off of this runts right here. This shit smell great. But one thing I do notice, and I heard this shit just as I walked in right before we got in here, was like the new thing right now is, and how the dude said it. I'm at the liquor store buying this Douce right before we get to the store, and the dude was like, "Yo, let me get a Bob Marley and whatever these shakes, these grabber shakes."
Yeah.
So he was like, "So what? These young kids they chasing they weed now?" And I was out.
And
because
we've been doing it.
We as a culture,
our
we've
culture.
been blending as a Jamaican culture. We've been blending little
So you
tobacco.
didn't know there was grab a shake, you say?
Yeah, that's the only way. That's how I've been smoking the past 2-3 years.
So you're surprised that
What I'm saying is, it's like a thing now.
Yeah.
Blending is like a thing now.
3 years ago, it wasn't a thing.
It isn't, and I'm like,
I mean, I was definitely being forced to smoke it 3 years ago. So
Yeah.
I'd be around a lot of Jamaicans. I ain't gonna-
Exactly.
that too. Like,
That's why you would know it. But if you didn't know no Jamaicans, you did not know nothing about blending. And
but I'm hearing like the homies around the way now, the Yanks, if we would call them. Know what I mean?
That's
They-
regular now.
The regular niggas. Know what I'm saying? They mixing it. Bro was like, yo, how you in the liquor store? He buying looking bud for raps for people, and he was like, yo, bro, like. These young kids, these cats chasing their weed now, and he was like, "Yeah, man, like yo." They was like, "I got an air pack," and I'm like, "Oh shit!" They really said your shit tastes like air.
Air.
And it was like, "Yo, we call it an air
We call
pack."
it an air pack,
But
yo.
they really saying it on these
I'm talking
streets
about
now.
early 2000s.
This is like at least a good 5-10 years ago. We was literally saying air pack, right?
Yeah.
But now, cats is like, "Yo, man, you add a little grabber to your shit, a little frontal to your shit, fire." And I'm like, I know this is how I've been smoking, right? And I know the culture, this is like a big faux pas. Like, niggas are like, yo, what are you doing? But now this is like a part of it. Like, to my understanding, maybe I'm still ignorant and I got to go a little bit more traveling.
It's new.
But, like, I mean, we are here. We are Jamaican folks. So I just want to kind of get some feedback I'm saying from the show as well. Like, is that really a thing now?
I mean, for me, it's been a thing for a while, so I feel like I have a skewed perception as well. I don't know if it's like, I mean, I've been close friends with a bunch of Jamaicans for a while, but also like I was one of my friends who's half Jamaican he was like number 2 at Grabba for a while, basically. So I like knew a lot about what they were moving and how much like
I remember they
it
used to give
grew.
grab leaf for free. I remember them.
That was a
days.
different time, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably like
That marijuana-
09 type.
Yeah.
It's still like a 10-person team at most. Like
Yeah.
whole
They mad tiny. They mad tiny. Shout out to Grab a Mike them and them
Yeah,
whole.
I'm familiar with Mike. Shout out to Mike.
No, I mean, as actually I'm working with my stylist. She knows him all things natural. She does his hair. So
you
we was
might know who
actually,
I'm talking about then.
yeah, I'm pretty familiar. And that's the beauty of this
I
out
just mean my boy who worked there for
work there.
yeah.
Give or take. You know how it is out here in these small smithies. So marijuana, tobacco go hand in hand like left foot, right foot. Can we all agree?
Yeah.
Or I would even say nicotine itself.
I think nicotine, right? Because that's what these vapes, and that's kind of why I appreciate that. To keep these ties into these vapes, because a lot of these vape companies are incorporating cartridges and marijuana into these things to attract a new audience. How do y'all feel about that? Like, because I'm like, if it ain't light, if I can't take the lighter and fire it up, and I didn't personally add it to my spliff, or I didn't personally roll it, I'm kind of like taking a step back from all that now. Because I have to be mindful of all the content that I'm putting in my body. But people are supporting this vaping thing wholehearted. And don't get me wrong, SmoKingz supports vaping.
I'm not into vaping as far as nicotine or those kind of vapes, but I have just got into nicotine, weirdly enough. Like, I
In what regard? Like, how? Like, just vaping or adding it to your vape?
Oh, yeah.
Zen.
So what is that? I'm curious.
It's a little pocket.
Oh, the old little,
It's not like chew.
Like
Nah,
not like
It's just
skull.
like a little pocket.
Yeah, I know what you
So,
mean. Yeah.
let me ask then. Remember back in the day, mostly at the baseball games, you had the spit shits. Know what I mean? The little tobacco
Skull. They call
Yeah,
it
that's
skull.
that's chew and shit. Yeah.
shit. Yeah, that's not there. I'm saying. So what's the difference between those two?
That's tobacco. This is just nicotine. It's a little pocket.
Oh.
It's a little pocket, but without all the other shit, and it's just nicotine. It literally, like, I got one in my mouth right now,
Fire.
but it looks like this, and it doesn't dissolve. It just like dissolves within the packet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the
So
packet.
how long you keep that?
I mean, you could go up to 3 hours. I'd go like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
20 minutes. With it.
You just eat straight nicotine. See, like that's for me. And
Nicotine
knowing
is
that we,
good for your brain,
but it's not good for your body.
I haven't seen a study that really convinced me that all the other chemicals associated with a bunch of like cigarettes and tobacco.
Yeah, they say
and things that
nicotine,
do
but
with
it's like a
tobacco
whole
are
bunch
bad
of
for
other
you.
shit.
True, but
But real, just straight up nicotine.
Nicotine?
I haven't seen a study that told me that.
I just know it's mad addictive. That is the only thing I do know with that study. Whether it's bad for your body or not, I may still be ignorant, but I do know it's one of the most highly addictive things.
I recently got into it just because of learning about all the neural benefits. To be
Yeah.
honest,
That's dope.
like there's Nobel Prize winners who people tell stories about how they have a meeting with them and they go through like 7 Nicorette gums in one meeting. They'd be like, "Oh, you smoke? No,
No.
I use nicotine for my brain."
Fascinating. I'll definitely look into that. Give
It's like
thanks
the
for
Harvard kids use mad Adderall to get through their exams.
that. Facts.
Trust.
But Adderall is bad for your brain.
No, it is. It is. But
Nicotine is actually
it's
helping
crazy
your
how
brain
the
in a lot of
smartest
ways.
people are the ones that really use Adderall to get through these like strenuous exams and tests and all kinds.
Let me
of
let me give my dog, big dog, a little piece of the road. This is actually a piece of that runch right there. Tell me what you think about him. So in the all sense of smoking, I mean, I know we having some fun with this one. I kind of want to ask some questions here to the homies. Like, yo, is there any form of like, for me when I'm smoking, right? I normally don't smoke with anyone, right? I remember when I came into the game smoking, I was so excited about smoking with people. Like that was a way for me to kind of like make friends. Know what I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like I've always known people, and I grew up in a real small community. It's the hood. Know what I mean, like, but for like us to get to really like know people, even like during school hours, like, oh, you smoke? Oh, we about to go roll up. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is a different level of like friendship. And I feel like nowadays that connection isn't really there. Again, predominantly a lot of people smoke dolos, doobies. You know what I mean? Like, because again,
it
depends on the setting, but everyone smokes like their own level of like grab a weed intake ratio. For me, that's my issue. I don't smoke with
It became
people.
too common
Know what I mean? Like
for it to be special between a couple of smaller group of people. It's less fringe.
it's right. So
rolling a split, passing around is more like a bond thing.
right, it really was. So now I'm so curious about like the etiquette of current smokings because we know we don't really puff pass anymore.
I mean,
Don't get me wrong, you with the homies, and I know like I'm with you. We at a club or we at a car or whatever. Like I know you ain't rolling a spliff. I got a spliff. I'm gonna pass you the spliff. No issue.
But DQ ain't gonna pass you.
You're right. There are people who do not pass their spliffs
when I'm dolo, like
in the club.
at the crib and stuff like that, like when it's just me, yeah. But when I'm with my brother and his friends and stuff like that, you know, they younger still. So most of the time when I'm with them, they rolling up, everybody rolling up, we passing around this and that. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time when I get around my older friends, we got our own spliff. In the club, especially in the club,
No.
I ain't gonna lie, no passing.
Yeah, I think. Don't get me
hate
wrong.
I'll pass my shit at home, but at the club, yeah.
That's
I'm
that,
good on
and
it.
I think it's more so. I get that
Fuck
too.
up my vibe.
It's cause I'm waiting. I'm looking like I want my spliff back. I'm waiting on you to pass it.
Yeah, you
It's
don't
a,
pass it to somebody
else.
else.
Like, oh no, oh
damn.
no. And that's just more so like the culture. Like, yes, like unless with wifey. That's what I was thinking about passing in the club. Really, know what I mean? Like with wifey, we in the club, and I'm like, yo, you know what? I know I'm rolling 3-4 of them joints early. But rolling up in the club is dead. Rolling up in the club for me is dead because, bro, one, you got to make sure you got your table. If you ain't got your table, your shit is botched. You can't roll up in the club. You know what I mean? Like, unless you got your. For me, I've been rolling for a long time, so I don't need no light. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need no light. But I just think it's a lot. Like, I'd rather vibe. I'd rather watch my head back. I'd rather chill. I don't want to roll up in the club.
Now, but you know, dancer days, you already know.
Right. Like, I'm. You know what I'm saying?
Come here. In the pitch black dark rolling up split. You already know them.
That's
You
dope.
know them weird in mine.
That's dope.
You know them weird.
No, man. So, are there some things that you like smoking? Or something that you must not do, and some things that you like you do when you smoking with the homies? Like, my nigga, you should never, ever do these things.
Yeah, like one of them is passing the split somebody outside of that circle of that session. That's a big no.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And we caught also, you know, dudes that tell stories with the spliff, like, yeah, man, I like that. Smoke that. It's like they're not hoovering. It's just sitting there,
Facts.
unlit. Like, you don't want to say
Facts.
nothing because it's like, yo, boy, y'all watching me. You know what I'm saying? Them
Facts.
women.
These facts. Facts. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I totally agree though, bro. Now I mean, there's moments and times where like, yo, you gotta have more tact. You gotta have more like, mindful. When smoking with other people, when you smoking dolo, bro, do your own thing. Are there any like, universal like unspoken weed laws? Would you say?
Oh, you already know this.
Give me one. Give me one.
One unspoken weed law. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't wet up the joint.
Yo, wet mouth ass.
Don't make love. Don't. Yo. Like me, when somebody passed me a joint that's mad wet, I'll be like, yo, you took the spliff to the movies? Bro?
Facts, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, in the back of the car, you know what I'm saying? For me, one of my biggest things when smoking with people, bro, is like, yo, man, I gave, like, how you a smoker and you don't got a lighter? Know what I mean? Like, I get it. We in a session, know what I mean? Like, if I'm passing you the spliff, we in a war, whatever. But, bro, like, you should have your own bud.
Facts.
Bare minimum. But bare minimum, you should have your own lighter. Like, why I gotta give you my lighter, bro? Like, come on, son. Like, and then you want to act like you forgot that you always your lighter. Get my lighter out your pocket,
Yo,
bro.
speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Come on.
Gabe Avelli, the man who never has a lighter.
Never. How you smoke?
My
How you
roommate.
a big smoker and you ain't got no lighter, bro?
Yo, you saw me just get my lighter.
Yeah,
today.
like, yo, you ain't got no
Somebody
lighter.
told
You
me
ain't
on the way
got,
here. Somebody gave me my lighter on when we was leaving.
like,
They took my
yeah,
lighter.
bro. Like, you ain't got no raps. You don't know how to roll.
But that brings it to what I was about to say. Contribute.
Yeah, like, bro,
If you don't got no herbs, bring a wrap.
something.
Bring me a beer. Bring
me something.
Bring me 2 Dragon Style. No, that's not my
Bro,
brother. My brother be like, yo, shout out to Ashton Kutcher, yo. He be like, yo, if you ain't gonna bring no trees, bring me a Dragon Style.
Facts,
B.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Meet me halfway, big dog. Real talk. I think that's so important when it comes down to like smoking etiquette or consuming bud.
Yeah, that's what I got 5 on it is
Yeah,
is appreciating that,
we gonna build something together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we know it's a $10 bag. I got 5, you got 5. Know what I mean? Somebody got the wrap, I got the lighter.
Bring something.
Bring something.
Yo, I used to chill with my boys. They used to have mad herbs. Yo, I ain't have none. You know what I bring? I'll bring a pizza. Niggas be mad grateful. Like, yo,
Facts, just here.
you saved the day.
Pulled
B.
up with the whoop the whoop.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoop the whoop. Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I
yo?
think that's crazy as hell.
Fucking gallon of Jungle Punch. Just chill.
Jungle Punch? You did not just mention Jungle Punch. Yeah, you got to be at least 30 to know about Jungle Punch.
30 and I never heard of Jungle Punch.
No?
Next
Next episode.
Yeah, next
Black
episode.
culture versus white culture, bro. I'm
Yeah,
telling
I'm
you, bro.
bringing that next episode.
It's really culture. It's really dope. Know what I mean? Because it's the juice that gets you right, but you keep you thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying? Like, if you know about that Jungle Punch.
Right.
I got this one last point I'd like to go ahead and kind of see if you heard about this current event going on in Arizona. The feds are kind of strongly urging these folks to stop licking frogs.
I saw an episode on Family Guy about that. Let me hear that.
Nah, real talk, because these frogs, they got frogs out. There's a certain type of frog that gives you the
Psychedelic.
psychoactive
Yes,
ingredient.
psychedelic.
Yes.
Facts.
And these cats are out here hunting this big ass 4-foot frog, bro, and licking it.
And they get dumb high.
And they get stupid high.
Fuck it, yo.
So my question to you, James, is like, yo, bro, would you do some shit like that?
Hell no, yo. First of all, I'm not licking a reptile.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
even like my own pet. Hell nah. Like, I got my own snake.
Yeah, that's not what pets are for. though.
Yeah, bro. Like, nah, bro.
Licking frog back.
Why, bro?
Fire.
We Jamaican, bro. Shit like that can happen. But like, I do think that's a white cultural thing.
I mean, it depends on how far you want to go back with it.
That's a
That's some Amazonian shit.
It's a Midwestern.
I think that's some white boy shit.
Nah,
I think
that
on
shit
some
is,
real
that
shit.
shit originates in some Amazonian shit. So like, I mean, any assessment we make on what race is associated with something goes back so short of a time span that it's not what it actually is.
I agree, because as we know, I mean, that whole region of the world right there, it's so diverse. Like, you can find pyramids dating back from Egypt. Now, I mean, you can find a lot of
you
Olmec.
can find
there.
pyramids everywhere in the world. Let's
And-
not start that. can of
Right,
worms.
we're not gonna open up that guy. And I think one of the biggest things for me, bro, is like, yo,
facts.
we don't really, and that's why I like this shit, bro. When I smoke weed, bro, you have that high friend that's gonna introduce some random asinine ass argument, right? Like this frogs. But in all honesty, bro, we all appreciate this that brain stretch a little bit.
You're opening yourself to yourself.
Know what I mean? Like, I think it's a
My
beautiful.
question is, are they just saying that for the headline that they're licking the frogs, or are they like taking the frog, processing it, and getting the chemical out of it?
Nah, bro. Like, it's been a whole thing. Like, these frogs.
I know people lick frogs, but I'm saying it's more likely. What tomato? I'm just saying it's more likely that if people are doing it frequently, that they're gonna process it so that they could get the most.
They can
out
get
of
the most.
frog.
Yeah, but no,
Oh.
you literally got to hunt for the frog, or you're gonna kill the frog and get the. 'Cause I think it's a live secretion, as I remember reading it. It's a live secretion.
But for a live secretion, there's a lot of ways to do that. Usually, the secretion is based off fear. It's probably a defense mechanism that throws off the attacker or whatever. So I bet if they just like catch it, grab it, and absorb a bunch of the fear juice that comes out of it as they're doing that, they could still process it.
Yep. Yep. I think that's dope, bro.
Sure. That's very lucrative.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the next psych. So what's your thoughts on psychedelics? You rock with psychs? You against it?
Nah, but I've seen people on them. You know, I went to Appalachian State. Shout out to Mountaineers. And, you know, that's in the mountains. And I used to chill with locals and stuff like, you know.
Yeah. Stand 10 toes down. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I seen it all. Shroom. I seen people on shrooms, acid. Like,
You get some good moonshine up there, though.
Moonshine. Hear this brother about moonshine.
those, again, are facts.
Facts.
Shout out to Boone, North Carolina. But, like, yeah. But up there, like, it's different. A lot of pure.
Yeah. For me, bro.
People getting big. Like, I've seen it all, yo. It's crazy. So, yeah, I'm good off of
And yeah, so I think so. What would you think about psychedelics?
I think I wouldn't have half of the perspective that I do have without them.
I've heard that.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm such an advocate. I got them posted here on my show. Shout out to the Stone 8. Now, I mean, it's actually one of the freshest psychoactive psychedelic mushrooms here. They psilocybin mushrooms, if you'll say. Why I like these mushrooms, because I'm working my way up to DMT. Right? A lot of people know DMT is a secretion that works out of your brain when you sleep. You know what I mean? So when you having one of them crazy ass dreams, you had some DMT in your head. You know what I mean? So
Near death experience.
near death, right. It's kind of like that secretion from your brain, your pineal gland, really. So psychedelics kind of tap into that frequency. So for me, the Stone 8 is a whole 7-gram bar of chocolate that they diced up the psilocybin mushrooms into the chocolate. You know what I mean? So then they kind of give you like a whole 48, maybe 36 bars. You know what I mean? That you can kind of take at your own, versus you taking one whole mushroom, and as you naturally eat them, you either put in some lemonade or PB&J sandwich or,
Yeah, your
you know what I mean? However you would, but you don't really know the effects of that one mushroom will give you. You know what I mean? Versus a microdose option with the chocolate. You know what I mean? So I personally am a fan of these. If you know me recently, man, that's all I've been on. Like, of course, we've been on flower, but mushroom has been like a life changer for me, bro. You know what I mean? It kind of reminds me of like, it reminds me of a lot of the things that I kind of like hide in the memory. You know what I mean? And the back per se, or just remind myself of just ways of being human. A lot of people have these apprehensive viewpoints of them, and I think it's just because of our culture. You know what I mean? Like, our culture, our black community has a lot of experience with like drugs outside of weed. So when it comes down to like things that's gonna like mess with my brain, like crack had an epidemic, had the black folks on lock.
To the point we
don't want to do nothing else. And I think that's the reason why I'm so excited to talk about SmoKingz in this realm, because I understand that there was a time in the late 80s, early 90s, my folks was really, really hooked on this crack, and marijuana was kind of like our way out of that, in my humble opinion. You know what I mean? People were smoking more natural, more weed, and during the 90s and early 2000s, crack wasn't really like the epic. Like, it's still around, but people now choosing marijuana because of the diversity of how it's grown. And now, I mean, and now I feel like my folks don't really want to talk about it because of how damaged and how much like struggle and shit we've been through with just drugs in period in general, and how society labeled marijuana 30, 40 years back as another drug. We don't want to talk about this shit. You know what I mean? So I'm truly excited about just diving into it. And coming from a consumer perspective, because that's what I've been watching. All the other podcasts talking about from like a grower perspective or from a business perspective of being the people distributing the weed. But nah, man, we the folks who's smoking it. Yeah. We the folks consuming it. We the folks who enjoying it and kind of sharing the moment with folks and kind of like making these memories. You know what I mean? Like a lot of different things. So they market towards us. It's our music. It's a lot of
commercials.
They don't need it. It's the word of mouth. It's us. We are the black folks who are consuming predominantly a lot of the weed. And as we grow into it, it's a lot of the college students. It's a lot of the educated white folks and other classes but it's predominantly, I think, I like to say, maybe I'm ignorant still, but it's still predominantly a lot of black folks smoking weed. And I like to have some fun with this show, man. SmoKingz. You know what I mean, shout out to all the people rocking with us. Shout out to all the folks who got it locked and loaded. So much to come in, so much to work towards.
Definitely.
So as we wrap up, Jamie, any final thoughts? Anything like to lead the folks with?
You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, smoke how you want to smoke. If all you can afford to smoke is regs, smoke your regs. Smoke your loud. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to down nobody for nothing. At the end of the day, we one big marijuana family. Black, white, yellow, brown. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's all about peace and love out here.
It's still okay to clown your friend for bad weed.
I agree. Your man smoking boo-boo, you got to let your mans know. But outside the world, man, if you are smoking weed, shout out to you. Know what I mean? Because I understand that we all have that outlet, or we all need an outlet. And I'm really grateful that I found weed when I did. Know what I mean? Because I was a really dark individual. You know what I mean? During that time frame. And how I found bud was like accidental.
Yo, that's the same story for both Mike Tyson and Joe Rogan.
Yeah?
Yeah, facts.
And so they found weed. They were, that's.
I was in a really dark spot, bro. Like, before I started smoking weed heavy, son, like, I didn't have my son at the time neither. And I was looking for a real purpose. You know what I mean? Like, I was looking for a way for me to, like, connect to this bigger thing of grand scheme of, like, you know what I mean? And I felt like nothing really made sense. Nothing kind of like. So I'm really excited about this journey to be able to just have this platform. Shout out to SmoKingz. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Minds Wide Open for the production. Shout out to Sultry. Shout out to all our sponsors. But yeah, if I'm gonna leave you guys with anything, man, is just be yourself. You know what I mean? I think good, bad, or indifferent. If you have high days, know you're gonna have low days too. You got low days, you got some high days on the way. Don't beat yourself up about it. You know what I mean? Stay teachable. The glass is half full. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure you're going to work your way out of the moment. And I love you. I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't hear you and hear that shit often. But that's what Bud kind of do for me. You know what I mean? It brings all of us together. It's a big-ass unification sign. You know what I mean? And it brings nothing but love. So shout out to you guys. If you smoke, if you listen to you locked and loaded, I love you. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. You probably don't hear this shit often. And you need to. You know what I mean? So shout out to you. I love you. I appreciate you for locking and loaded. And I'm so excited about what's to come. 420's around the corner, so we got so much goodies in the work, man. I want to make sure I miss nobody, but man, I'm human, man. Shout out to you guys, and that's it. If you don't know, make sure you go check out SmoKingz on all platforms. That's Spotify, everything you can search, YouTube, iTunes, Instagram.
We out here.
TikTok, anything you could name, search that mode. The SmoKingz, SMOKINGZ. You know what I mean? And
use it, don't abuse it.
We all we got with it, guys. See you until next week. You know what I mean? See y'all soon. S.O.S is out of here. Later.